Hello my dazzling stars and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very quick reading for you all. Now I have been going through a bit of an emotional turmoil in my own life, so I thought this is a good reading and it would help me out, and I hope it can also help you out. So today we are going to take a look at what do we need to release right now. What do you need to release right now in order to raise your vibration? And while these readings are timeless in nature, the reason I'm doing this in particular is because we just had a massive lunar eclipse, right? We had a full moon lunar eclipse on the 5th of May, and while that eclipse might be over, our journey is not yet over. Our journey of the releasing which needs to happen is still in process, and that might take a while to wind down. That might take a while to let go of. As Sun will be making a conjunction with Uranus, there will be more of those things which will be coming to the surface, which we want to let go of, which we might want to break free of. So today, quickly, we're going to take a look at what do you need to release right now in order to raise your vibration. This is messages from your spirit guides, this message is from your guardian angel, and what do you need to release right now in order to raise your vibration. Okay, so as you can see, there are 3 piles here, and I'll be popping some crystals on them, and I'll be turning the cards over as well. And the timestamps, if you want to skip ahead to any section, the timestamp for everything will be given in the description below. Thank you for joining me here. Do remember that you are all intuitive in nature, so whichever pile you're most drawn to, that is the right pile for you. You can never choose wrong. But also keep in mind that these are generalized readings. It's for the mass, it's for a group. So not everything might apply to your life. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Thank you once again for joining me, and with that, let's pop the crystals on the cards right now. Okay, so for pile 1, we have this crystal aura quartz. For pile 2, we have carnelian. For pile 3, we have a Kiwi Jasper. So I'm going to flip the cards over right now. So if you'd just like to select with the crystals or the back of the cards and the crystals, then you can pause the video here. So let's take a look at the cards which we have. So for pile 1, we have Messenger of Air. For pile 2, we have 6 of Air. For pile 3, we have 5 of Water. So take as long as you might need, and you can pause the video here. Take as long as you need. Remember that you can never choose wrong, and as always, the timestamps will be given in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at your reading. Hello group 1, welcome to your reading. So let's quickly pull the cards for your pile, and then we can skip ahead to your reading. Or if you just like to skip ahead to your reading, the description for that will be given in the description. The timestamp for that will be given in the description below. Okay, so let us see what needs to be released at this particular time. This card, this, okay, and this card. Okay, then let us see what needs to be released for pile 1. What needs to be released for pile 1? What needs to be released for pile 1? Putting this and this as well. Okay, what needs to be released and what needs to be released. What needs to be released for pile 1? What is seeking to be released for pile 1 in order for them to raise their vibration? Okay, so that's all the cards. So with that, let us take a look at your tarot cards first. Okay, so we have your tarot cards right here. So first of all, you have the 5 of coins, the Queen of Wands, Knight of Swords, interesting, the Nine of Cups, you have the Knight of Coins, You have the Eight of Wands. Okay. Okay, so I feel like there are these ideas, there are these thought patterns which you have about yourself, which are kind of holding you back at this particular moment. Okay, I feel like you are kind of holding yourself back, and that is because of the experiences and your past experiences and the thought patterns which you have developed up until now. So it's less about a financial security, and I feel like it's more about a mental security. Like you might feel that you are not powerful enough, you're not powerful enough to pursue your goals. But what the message which is coming out clear right here is that you need to let go of those self doubt, you need to let go of the worries, and you need to let go of the old pattern of thinking, wondering if I'm good enough, wondering whether you are up to the task, wondering whether you should be doing the things which you want to do, or wondering if you are good enough to pursue the dreams which you want to pursue. That is what you need to let go of. You need to let go of that doubt. You need to let go of that feeling that you're not good enough, that you are not enough, that you don't have all the capabilities and the capacities within you, that you cannot accomplish the things which you are setting out to accomplish. Because I see like it feels like a very new journey for you. Okay, I feel like you have recently, like in the recent past, you decided to take certain action and you took charge of your life. You decided to make certain changes to your life. You decided to pursue certain dreams, which is what the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Wands is telling me, is that you're moving forward in a new direction. You're moving forward in a new direction. But what I see is that before you felt stuck, you in the recent past you might have felt stuck at a particular place. You felt like there was something which was lacking in your environment, there was something which was lacking in your emotional, in your mental, in your emotional well-being, in your happiness. You didn't feel fulfilled, and maybe you got a vision of your purpose, you got a vision of your purpose, and you decided, you took hold of that, you took hold of that vision, and you were like, yes, this is something which I need to pursue, this is something which speaks to me, this is something which calls out to me. And I can also see that you started working towards that thing, you started pursuing those things, you started pursuing those ideas and those visions which you had. But then due to certain setbacks, just maybe recently, you have been feeling kind of stuck, you have been feeling kind of demotivated, unmotivated, kind of like you're lacking that you might just be feeling stuck, and that you're lacking the motivation, or you're lacking the inspiration, or you're waiting for the inspiration to strike so that you can pursue your dreams again. But along with that, I also feel like a bit of hesitation is because you are wondering, like, is this even something which is worth pursuing? Is this dream even something which is worth pursuing? And what spirit is telling you is that yes, that is what that thought, that idea, that or that questioning that which you are doing to yourself. Because what I see here with the Knight of Swords, and you also got the Knight of Swords here, is that you started out towards a direction which you felt really passionate about. You started out towards this direction and you were very happy. You were very happy. It was like, okay, I can finally see how to realize my dreams. I can finally see, like, this is the life which I wanted, and I finally have a clarity on how I can achieve that life, how I can lead that life, how I can bring that into my reality. But due to recent due to recent setbacks, or due to just certain experiences, maybe you didn't get the outcome immediately which you wanted to. Maybe it's a bit of a longer wait than you expected it to be. Maybe you got a rejection, maybe someone mocked your ideas. Okay, and I'm just giving different examples because this is a generalized reading, so I'm just trying to come up with different examples. But whatever, if I feel like this is something which you are very passionate about, which is something which has a lot to do with creativity, with this bird here, with this firebird here. I love this. Okay, so this dream of yours has a lot of passion, and it started out with a lot of passion, but maybe recently you have been feeling a little stuck, you have been feeling demotivated, you are just lacking that passion. And I know I've said that before, but well, I just had to again. And due to that setback, whatever the setback was, you have started questioning yourself, and you have started wondering, like, is this even good enough? Is this even something which I should be doing? And Spirit is telling you that yes, that is definitely something which you should be doing. Okay, so you have passion. Oh my god, wasn't I just talking about passion? You have space and you have consciousness. Okay, let me place them here because I feel that's how they align. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. So, as I was saying, this is something, project which you started, this dream which you started chasing, this is a passion project for you. This is something which you are really passionate about, and this is something which you thought was beyond your abilities, it is beyond your capabilities, and before now, you never believed that this is something which you would pursue. This is something which you would pursue, and you started this thing with a lot of passion, and there was a lot of fire which went into this thing. Okay, there was a lot of creativity which went into this thing, there was a lot of desire which went into this thing. But currently, right now, maybe you are at this space maybe you're at this space where you feel kind of lost. You don't know which way to go forward, and you feel kind of lost in the path, and you're wondering, as I was saying, you're feeling stuck, and that is definitely showing even in the space card here. But what the consciousness card is telling you is that you need to get back into alignment. Okay, you have to make some conscious efforts on your own thought patterns, and you can get back into alignment. You just have to be a little more conscious, and there has to be a bit more of deliberate action towards that thing. And also you have to start with reprogramming your own consciousness, that before, whatever your past experiences were, they do not define your future. Your past experiences do not define your future, and you can create your future. Whatever your past experience was, it was a part of your life, and yes, that is valid, but that does not define the rest of your life. Just because something didn't work in the past, or something didn't work for someone, doesn't mean that it won't work for you. And you have to pursue this goal, you have to pursue your own visions in order to live your life to the best of your abilities. So the first thing which you need to do in order for that is purification, focus. Okay, so I guess we pulled through of those cards. So with purification, the first thing which I'm going to tell you is that take care of your environment. Because when a lot of times when we are stuck, when we are feeling stuck, when we are feeling demotivated, when we don't have that passion, when we feel kind of lost in the dark, it also reflects in our outer. Whatever is inner, it's also represented outward. The outward reflects the inner, and the inner reflects the outer. So our space, our working space, the space which we are working at, it might be cluttered, and I'm guilty of that as well. So definitely going to clean that up. And so I feel like this was definitely a message for me as well. So with purification, you need to clear up your environment a bit. Okay, you need to make those conscious cleansing of your environment. If there are things which are taking more of your energy than it's giving you, that needs to be removed. Also, the kind of people you're hanging out with, if they are draining you more than they are nourishing you, maybe even then there you need to put up some obstacles. You need to maybe put up some walls or shields there. It's not about closing yourself off behind the doors. It's not about closing yourself off from the world, or not connecting or communicating with anyone. But it's about prioritizing. It's about scheduling. Okay, like how much time do I give to this person, and how much do I need for myself? Because when you are giving too much and you don't have that energy for yourself, maybe you're giving too much of energy, and maybe something from their environment is also cluttering and creating that pollution in your environment, just like with the rain here, right? I see some of the sunflowers are very upset, they look upset, but then there is this one sunflower which is looking at your face. So what I feel like this sunflower is telling you is that everyone else's problems and sorrows, they are their problems, and as much as you want to help them with those problems and issues, it's not your problem, it is not your burden to bear, and you can only do so much. After a time, you have to let go of those problems, and you have to trust that they are able enough and they are capable enough to deal with their problems. Beautiful. They're capable enough to deal with their problems. They're strong enough to deal with their problems, because if you're trying to solve others' problems for them, if you're trying to if you're trying to micromanage someone else's life for them, you are taking the power away from them. You are taking the opportunity away from them, which might actually help them grow. So, what I'm definitely getting with this purification card is that create that boundary. Have some boundaries. It's okay to allow people in. I mean, obviously, it's encouraged to allow people in your boundaries, but also know when it's too much for you, and also when it's time for you to say no. It might seem harsh at that time, but then you can see it in a gentler approach, right? Like you can see it in a gentler approach, like there are just some things which I need to work on my own. There are some things which I'm going through, which I also need to work upon. And while I want to help you with these things, these are also certain things which I need to work upon, and this is something which I need to focus on at this particular time. So yes, I'm always there for you, but then I cannot be there for you for 24 hours, right? So you have to, so just create those boundaries, be available for them when it's okay for you, when you can be. Pull yourself away when you cannot. And with the focus card, I'm definitely feeling like it's telling you, first of all, purify your environment. If there is a lot of clutter, remove that clutter. Give away some of the things which you no longer need. Give away, maybe discard or give away some of the things which no longer represent you, which represents the old you. Maybe you can even pack them up in boxes and put them away, so that they are not constantly in your sight, because there could be things around your environment, and that is something which I'm picking up on, which might no longer align with your energy. Maybe this was some things which you're definitely attached to, because this represents a part of your past, but then that person, that thing is no longer you. You have changed, you have evolved, and your space where you live, where you are present, where you are working, that also needs to represent that. So let go of the things which are no longer working for you. It's okay to let go of the things. Pack some of those things away, maybe, and put them away. If there is something which is bothering you constantly, or if there is something which is, getting on your nerves, just put them away. Take them out of your sight. I'm sure you will find some space to put those stuff in, even if you don't want, if you're not ready to let them go of let go of them yet. Okay, then I have 3 of these cards for you. So you have the Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. Yes. Okay, then you have Kali Ma, and it says facing fear, major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Wow. You see how there is this talk about soaring, and then there is this bird which is literally flying along with the consciousness. So I feel like your consciousness is also actually up leveling. Your consciousness is also going up at this particular time, which is why you're feeling the turmoil, which is why you're feeling kind of stuck, because there is a lot of changes, there's a lot of things which is happening, which is working beneath the surface, and that could be bothering you, that could be creating that feeling of being blocked. But trust that universe is telling you that while you might be feeling blocked at a conscious level, but you're not actually blocked, and there is evolution which is actually happening. Focus on that, focus inward. Okay, and you have Isis, magic manifesting, your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. So you got 2 cards of which are telling you to stay focused, right, and 1 card which is telling you to soar high above the world. So definitely with these 3 cards, and I'm trying to do this quickly today, and so just I can get some messages across to you. And so as I was saying, with the voice of truth, you have to believe in your dreams. With what I'm getting with the Joan of Arc is that you have to believe in your dreams, you have to believe in your own capabilities, you have to believe in your own abilities. Nobody, like Joan of Arc could be who she was because of her own faith, her own belief in herself. And with the Kalima, because she is about destroying your fears, she is about destroying the things which are holding you back. She's a deity from the Hindu mythology, and Kalima represents overcoming our fears, taking leash of our fears, right? Taking hold of our fears and facing our fears in a way where they are no longer stopping us, where they are no longer blocking us. Also, I'm getting another message is that if you're feeling kind of blocked at this particular time, then you can actually use something red in your environment. Maybe get a red flower, or maybe get a red cup holder, or get something red in your environment which can actually activate your soul, your basic chakra. So you will feel more activated, you'll feel more active, you'll feel more powerful. And in the Kalima card, that the red color is definitely standing out to me. There are other colors as well, but then this is the color which is standing out to me. So with the Isis magic manifesting, what I'm feeling is that you are definitely up leveling, you are definitely uplifting, your consciousness is going up, which I was talking about before. Your consciousness is going up, and as a result of that, you're facing all these fears, because there is a shedding which is also happening. Okay, Kalima also represents that shedding, that letting go, that destruction element which needs to happen in order for us to create new things in our life. So there is a destruction of the old form of thinking, there is a destruction of the old way of thought, or old thought patterns, and how we thought in the past, and all those things. So believe in your dreams. All you need to do is focus on your dreams, focus on your visions, focus on your goals, because they will become a reality. Whatever you are focusing on at this particular moment, they have this potential to grow, they have this massive potential of growth. So focus on the things which you want to change, and shift some of that focus away from the things which are no longer working for you, things which you don't want manifesting in your life. Like, yeah, they are there, they're a part of your life, and while you might have to deal with some of those things right now, but focus more on the things which you want to manifest in your life. Okay, so that, my dear pile one, was a message for you, and that is how you are actually going to raise your consciousness. When you let go of the old you, when you let go of the old thought patterns, when you purify your environment, when you work upon your dreams, you will actually start seeing your dreams, your visions being manifested. Okay, you will actually start seeing your visions being manifested. I'm so sorry about the dogs barking in the background, like this is their time to bark. They bark every day today, but I was feeling so inspired to make this reading, so I just had to. And it's the middle of the night here. So whatever you're working on at this particular time, they have this capacity, they have this grand capacity to manifest into a reality. So your spirit guides are definitely telling you to work upon your dreams, work upon your visions. Continue working upon your visions, continue putting in the efforts into your visions, because they are manifesting. Your spirit guides can see that. You might not be able to see that, but your spirit guides see that, and they're encouraging you to go forward with your vision. They are encouraging you to go forward with your dreams, because what you dreamt of, it will materialize. It will materialize, but you have to put in the consistent effort. It's okay to take some space, it's okay to create some space and take some time for yourself when you need to, but also remember that you have to get back on the horse and start pursuing your dreams again. You cannot let this small break become an extended long break. Okay, because when you start creating, when you start working on your dreams again, what I'm getting is that you will find that this block is being removed, and you'll feel liberated, and you will find more open, and you will feel that you are back in alignment once again. Okay, so that, my dear pile one, was your reading. If you like this video, if this resonated with you, do give this video a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you the next time. Bye. Hello, my pile 2, welcome to your reading. So let us quickly pick out the cards for you, and if you'd like to head on to the reading, then the timestamp will be, for that, will also be given in the description below. Okay, I'm pulling this. Yeah. Okay, so we have all your tarot cards here. Let us pick some of the oracles for you. Oracles for pile 2. What do they need to let go of? What does pile 2 need to let go of? What does pile 2 need to let go of? Okay. What pile 2 needs to release in order to reach their highest potential? What pile 2 needs to release in order to reach their highest potential? What pile 2 needs to release in order to reach their highest potential? What pile 2 needs to release? What pile 2 needs to release? No, I'm feeling just 2 cards for you. Okay, so let us take a look at your tarot cards first. So you have the Hierophant. And the first thing which I'm getting with the Six of Air here, what I'm noticing here is a flying ship. So I feel like some of you might actually be relocating. So what you need to release is a place, is a situation in your life. I feel like a situation in your life is changing vastly. Okay, it's making some enormous changes, and there are some really big changes which are afoot and which are soon going to manifest in your life. Okay, so there is that place, there is the shifting which is releasing, there is that old space which I feel like you're releasing. And you see, you have the Hierophant and the Chariot is all about movement. And again, even with this card, this particular Chariot, there is this ship and it's just interesting because I'm definitely getting the vibes that maybe a lot of you are relocating. You have Temperance, you have Seven of Swords, you have Three of Coins, and you have Seven of Wands. Okay, so with the Hierophant, what I feel like is that you are outgrowing a particular space. Because again, with the Six of Air, I'm definitely getting the vibe that you are moving, maybe you're relocating, maybe you're changing homes. That's my kitten. Maybe you're changing homes, maybe you're changing places, maybe you're shifting. And okay, so as I was saying, that I feel like with the Six of Air for you, particularly, my dear pile 2, is that a lot of you are actually shifting, you're changing your homes. And even with the Hierophant here, I'm almost getting the feeling that you are outgrowing, that you have outgrown a particular space, you have outgrown a particular thing. And you know, the visual which just came to my head when I saw this was a plant. You know, you need to like, there are plants and you can grow them in pots. In the beginning we plant the plants in pots, and then after they have reached a certain stage, if you don't move the plants out of the pot and plant them in a new bigger pot or maybe on the ground, then that stops the plant from growing even more, right? So with you, I'm definitely getting the feeling that it's time for you to be relocated, it's time for you to be repotted, it's time for you to leave a old shell, it's time for you to leave a old thing. So maybe for some of you, it can actually be that you are graduating. Okay, maybe you're graduating, you're about to graduate, so you are about to move into this new phase of your life. Or maybe you are actually considering switching jobs, or you're thinking about starting something new. Because I'm definitely feeling this movement, this outgrowing of the old way, and state and fitting and being put into this new thing, that there is this space and you have outgrown the space, so now you need to move forward into the next stage of your life. And as much as you might, for some of you, it might even be relationships. Yeah, for some of you it might even be relationships. Maybe you have outgrown certain relationships and those relationships are no longer working for you, and being in that relationship is actually hindering your growth, it's actually stopping your growth. So what you need to do is let go of those things which are no longer working for you, and move to the next stage of your life, because that's waiting there for you. Okay, I feel like if you stay here in this particular stage, as I said with the plant metaphor, that it will hinder your growth. You have reached the maximum potential that you could reach at this particular point. So even if it is a job and you don't see any growth happening there for you, or then maybe it's time for you to consider other options, or maybe if that job does not call to you, or if that thing which you are doing does not call to you anymore, maybe it's time for you to see something new. Maybe it's time for you to advance in a new direction, advance in a new career. Okay, so with the Hierophant and the Chariot and the Six of Air, I'm definitely getting the feeling of movement, that outgrowing of the old and stepping into the new. And I feel like when you step into the new, obviously you will be learning a lot. It's like whole new paradigms are opening up for you. There is so many things which are coming to you, so there'll also be a lot of balancing which you will need to do, because a lot of new opportunities are also coming your way. When you step into a new thing, there'll be a lot of learning. It's almost like you're being reset, but not in the in the complete sense of reset. It's like you are having a smaller reset in your life. It's like you are having a reset in your life, and it's a good reset, because this reset is allowing you to work on your skills, work on your abilities, and work with your skills and abilities. Well, before, it might have felt like you were stifling your skills and abilities, that you had to work around on tiptoes, and always stay aware, always stay alert. But you know what, with the three of coins and the seven of wands, I'm feeling here, and even with the seven of swords here, that maybe something is being revealed to you at this particular time. Something is coming out from behind the curtains, and something major has been revealed to you in the recent past, or something is being revealed to you, or something will be revealed to you very soon. So something which you are oblivious about. You see how, like, in this particular card, there is this girl and she looks very happy and she's doing her own thing, but then there are these two creatures which don't look that in alignment with her energy. Okay, they feel malefic, they feel not good. So I feel like there was something happening, or there was something happening behind the surface, which you might now be aware of, which you might have come to the realization of at this particular moment, which you might have realized at this particular moment. And with that, that is why you're stepping out. That is why you're stepping out into the new. That is why you're stepping out of the old and into the new. You're done. You're done working at the thing, trying to make the thing work. Because you see, it's like, let's say you were working at a particular place, and then you were putting in all your efforts, and you were putting in all your energy into that particular work. But then when it's the time for you to be offered a promotion which you were really intent upon, your boss actually goes and sneakily offers that job to someone else, because they don't want to let you go. They don't want to let you go. They want you tied down to that particular job where they have you in their space, because you are a very hard worker. You are a hard worker, and they can see that. They see that you are a hard worker and you have so many gifts and so many potential. So it's almost like they know that if they let you go, it's almost like they're stopping you from growing, because they don't want to let you go. They don't want to let you go because they are afraid that they will lose this great worker who actually does like most of the work around. So maybe you're that person who does most of the work around the space, but then you are coming to realization about this. Maybe it's time, some suddenly. And I feel like this is definitely talking about the eclipse energy, because there are some shadows here. So I'm feeling like maybe something came to revelation, so something came to your awareness during the eclipse or after the eclipse, and you got to know about certain something, and you could finally see what was actually happening in your workspace, or whatever this applies to. It can even be your friend group or something, okay, where you are like putting in so much of work, you are putting in so much of effort, you're giving everyone so much of support and your love and everything. But then at the end of the day, when it comes to support for you, it's more like they're keeping you for their own advantage. They don't want you to leave them, because they feel lost without you. Well, that was done with a good intention, but that is stopping you from growing. It's because they have grown too possessive of you. They don't want to let go of you. So it can be something which is happening at your workspace. It can be something which is happening in your love life, or it is just something. I feel like it can even be parents, because those sometimes when the kids have to move, or the kids are about to move, the parents don't want to let the kids move. But in doing so, they're actually stopping or hindering the growth of their kids. And now is the time for you to move. Now is the time for you to step into the new. Now is the time for you to let go of the old and step into the new. So you also have fear, you have success, and you have abundance. Okay, so I definitely feel like you're letting go of the fear and you're stepping into the success and abundance of your life. Okay, like the fear, the thing which was holding you back, the shadow which was holding you back in the past, that is no longer there. That is no longer working for you. That thing is no longer working for you, and you are actually stepping out of that shadow. You're actually stepping out of that shadow. You're actually stepping out of the fear, and that fear no longer has control over you. Okay, like, yeah, you were afraid of losing that thing was very precious to you. But then when you see the reality, when you see the true face of the people, you are like, okay, I'm done. I need to take the higher road here. I need to take the higher road here, and I need to let go of the things which I know are not good for me, where people don't want my good. I cannot be in that space where people do not allow me to grow, where people want me to be stifled, and where people are actually stopping me from growing. And I see you like right now, spirit is telling you to let go of that fear of abandonment. Okay, let go of that fear of abandonment, let go of the fear that you will be alone, that you won't be able to take care of yourself, that you'll lose the support. Because when you step into the new, when you step into this new space, you'll find that you have so many gifts which are opening up for you. Like, you have so many gifts which you are not even aware of at this particular time. Okay, you see how, like, in this particular card there is this goddess, and here she has so many hands. And I'm definitely feeling like it's all your gifts, it's all the gifts which you have. Like, you have so many gifts, and this goddess stepping out of the old into the new, this is awakening this goddess energy within you. And you will find that you have so many skills and talents which you were not even aware of, okay. And spirit is telling you that you need to let go of the fear of being left alone. Because when you step out of this door, when you step out of the door of the fear, you'll find that actually success was there waiting for you all along. Where you couldn't grow beyond a particular stage before, now it's almost like growth has become so fast paced. Like, it's almost happening like so fast. Things are coming to you, things are materializing into your reality so fast, and all because you decided to step out of this door, all because you decided to make this journey. You decided to leave this particular space which is no longer working for you and move into the new space. And with that success, you're also going to get a lot of abundance. You're going to get a lot of abundance and a lot of prosperity. I mean, like, yeah, success, it almost feels like this that will also, like, if you're at a stage where you feel like you're not really gaining much financially, or you might even have been experiencing some monetary losses, then I feel like when you step out of this fear, when you step out of this space which was full of fear, you will find that abundance was actually waiting for you. But all you had to do was leave that old energy and step into this new energy where it is full of abundance, where life is full of abundance, life is full of growth, life is full of potential. And you will grow the abundance, which, what I'm getting is the abundance which you'll be getting in this new space is going to be beyond your imagination. Like, yeah, you might be dreaming about something, but then the success and the wealth and the prosperity and happiness which is going to come your way when you decide to stand up for yourself, when you decide to embrace yourself and your own power, it's beyond what you could have imagined. So you have the card of courage. I mean, obviously, it makes sense. And abundance again. Oh my God, what was I telling you? Right? So you have abundance and you have courage. So Spirit is definitely telling you to let go of this fear. Take hold of the courage, okay? Take hold of the courage. Take hold of yourself. Be brave. Yeah, the change seems scary, change seems too enormous, and it feels like you might be drowning when you try to make the change, because there is so much happening. There's a lot of emotions which you also have to let go of, because you are also so emotionally invested in this particular thing. But when you step out of the old and into the new, it might take a while for the storm to settle, the storm within you to settle. But once you let it settle for a while, right? It's like when you take two glasses of water and one glass is full and the other glass is empty, or one glass is like empty and the other glass is like half full, and you realize that that particular glass, maybe it's leaking, and that particular glass is no longer going to hold what no longer holds, or can no longer hold, that particular glass can no longer hold what you want it to hold. That particular glass is leaking, so obviously it only makes sense that you shift the water to a glass which is not leaking. Because let's say this is your life force, this is you, this is your happiness, so you decide to change the glass because the previous glass is leaking. So you change the glass, and when you pour the water from the old glass into the new glass, obviously the new glass, it's the water there is going to be very tumultuous for some time, right? It's going to be very stormy for some time. It will take a while for the water to settle, but when you give it some time, the water will settle. With patience, the water will settle. But obviously, if you pour the water into the new glass, you can't expect it to settle down immediately into that state of calm, into the state of peace, right? But when you let the water settle for a while, it does settle, it will settle, and then it will be able to hold even more. But then whenever growth is happening, let's say it's raining and you put the glass outside, water is going to come into that glass and it's going to cause that storm on the surface of the water again. But that is a sign that you're growing, that is a sign that you are up leveling, that is a sign that you're growing spiritually, you're growing emotionally, you're growing as a person, you're evolving as a person. And it might be scary, that storm might be scary, but once you let it settle, once you let the storm pass, you will see that that was just for your own growth, and that was just for your own growth and your own happiness. Okay, and you also again have the card of abundance. So there's a lot, when you move from this old space into the new space, there's actually a lot of abundance which is waiting to come into your life. Okay, a lot of things are going to start working for you. You will see that the things which were no longer working for you, you will suddenly see that magic is happening around you. Your life will feel so magical that you're getting seeing synchronicities, you're getting signs. And also I feel like maybe a lot of you might even be seeing a lot of fives recently, or maybe you used to see a lot of synchronistic numbers, a lot of angel numbers in the past, but now it almost feels like you have stopped seeing the numbers. So that could be one of the signs. So in this new space, there's going to be a lot of abundance. Magic is going to happen around you. You also have Holy Spirit, expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. Oh. And you have the Shekinah. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Sacred self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Yeah, so you see how there is this bird here in this particular card, and there is a bird here in this particular card as well. And I just wanted to show you, okay, that not all the cards have birds. Right? Not all the cards have birds. Yeah, there are feathers there, and this person has a feathery crown, but you see there are birds here. So I'm definitely again getting the message that for you in particular, it's about flying, it's about moving out of the old into the new, it's about releasing the old and stepping into the new, because the old is no longer working for you, the old no longer has that potential of growth. And when you let go of the old, you are going to level up, you are going to grow so much, and that is going to bring you in alignment with the next phase of your life. Like right now, the next phase of your life is waiting for you to make that change, to make that shift, to change lanes, to change tracks, to change trains. Okay, so it's time for you to let go of the old. Expect miracles, because when you are changing, while everything might feel too scary and everything might feel too dark at that particular time, but with some time you will realize that that change had to happen for your growth, and that only holds so much of potential, and that only holds so much of abundance for you. Okay, that future is so full of abundance and peace and love. Yeah, that future holds magic for you. So definitely expect miracles in that future when you make the shift which you need to make. And I feel like you'll know the shift which I'm talking about. You already know, you have some idea, you have some inkling. And also you see, I feel like you will also be awakening your spiritual gifts even more. Your spiritual gifts are also going to awaken, like with the Hierophant and with this particular card here. I'm definitely feeling like your spiritual gifts will also awaken when you step out of this place which is no longer working for you. This pot has, you have outgrown this particular pot, you have outgrown this particular space, you have outgrown this particular place, and that can not offer you anything more. Okay, so it's time for you to work on shifting the lanes. It's time for you to shift lanes. It's time for you to step into the new. Okay, so that, my dear pile 2, was your reading. And do you remember that you have your own unique light? Do not let anyone doubt that light of yours which you have, which you hold. And that light is beautiful, that light is precious, and that light is unique. And you deserve to let your light out into the world. Okay, you deserve to put your light out into the world. And while you might not see the significance of it now, Spirit is saying there's a greater plan for you, there's a bigger plan for you, something which you even can't see at this particular moment. Okay, it's like when you step out from this particular stage of your life into the next stage of your life is going to grow leaps and bounds. It's going to grow like massively. You can't even expect the growth which is waiting there for you. Okay, so see your light, believe in your own light. You have a unique light, and do not dim your light for anyone else. If someone or something or some place is stopping you from shining your light in its truest sense, that place, that thing cannot be the right thing for you. If someone is restricting you from growing, if a pot is restricting you from growing, then you have outgrown that pot, and it's time for you to repot yourself in a new pot, or maybe plain land, whatever calls to you. Thank you for watching. If this resonated, to give this video a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching. I'll see you the next time. Bye. Hello group 3, welcome to your reading. So you have the 5 of water, and that is definitely about perspective, but let's see what else the spirit guides have to say to us. Okay, messages for pile 3. What pile 3 needs to release? What pile 3 needs to release at this particular time? What pile 3 needs to release at this particular time? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I feel like your spirit guides are very enthusiastic, and they are very chatty. They have a lot to say. That's definitely what I'm feeling. Okay, let's see. Let's pick your oracles real fast, because I can already feel messages coming. But then I don't want to start, because the reading for the pile 3 will start in a bit, because some people might not actually be watching the shuffling process and the card picking process. So let's see. What pile 3 needs to release? What pile 3 needs to release at this particular time? No. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't feel that card, but I'll just let her be, just in case. We'll see. Okay. So we already have your cards. So let's begin your reading. Okay. So you have the Wheel of Fortune, and that is the card which, if you didn't watch the card selection process, then that was the card which jumped out of the pile, and underneath it was the 6 of Wands. So you also have the Hanged Man. Love that. 9 of Wands. The Tower. 2 of Coins. Okay. You know, for you, I'm feeling it's letting go of the past. Your spirit guides are asking you to let go of the past. You see how in the Wheel of Fortune there is this spiral-like lady, and something. They have 4 hands and 4 legs, and they are wearing this whatever. Anyway, but they are spinning a web. But at the same time, this also looks like the wheel, right? Like the clock. So what I'm feeling here for you definitely is that you need to let go. Your spirit guides are telling you to release the past. Now we'll see what that means in a bit, but I actually want to pull your oracle cards and take a look at that before going any further. So you also have rest, you have passion, you have space. Okay, you have power, forgiveness. Okay, let's take a look into that in a bit, but I want to meditate on this few cards. Just give me a minute. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling like for you, it's talking about releasing the past. Okay, like something happened in your past, and maybe you had a lot of something in your past, and I don't know what that was, but it's almost like you got a taste of success. You got a taste of success, and then maybe you had to leave that space for whatever reason. I almost feel like there was something, and that made you very happy. There was this one incident in your past, and that made you very happy. You got a glimpse of the success, you got a glimpse of victory, you got a glimpse of maybe even fame, or what it feels like to be famous, what it feels like to be recognized, what it feels like to be loved and cherished. Okay, but then due to the sequence of time, because of how time moves, because of how time works, the thing is no longer there in your life. It's almost like you had to let go of that thing, because maybe with that fame, maybe with that thing came a bit of struggles, and it almost feels like you were, what's coming to my mind is that gatekeeping which happens in the tarot community nowadays, which I've seen happen. Okay, and then there is this whole cancel culture, which is like very prominent nowadays, and like people are so intent on canceling one another, and I feel like it's almost like that. Like there was this time of your life where you had success, where you had attained a certain peak in your life, and where you got the taste of fame, where you got a taste of that success, where you were recognized, where you were loved, where you were appreciated, where people actually came to you for your advice, and people celebrated your success, people were happy for you, and people cherished you, people cherished your success and everything. But then I feel like maybe for whatever reason, I feel like you took some time off, or there was something which changed the perspective of everyone. Something happened, and spirit is telling you that that had nothing to do with you. Okay, whatever happened, whatever that incident was, which led to you being driven out of this space, which led to you being driven out of this place of this cancel culture. I'm definitely feeling like, cancel culture kind of a vibe, that you had success. Maybe it could be that you were selected as the lead of a show, or maybe a drama or something, or you attained the success. Maybe you were made the best student in your class, and maybe for that you had to experience a lot of bullying, you had to experience a lot of other people like who were mocking you, who called you studious, who called you like this teacher's pet and stuff like that. Okay, and that has actually brought you to this space where things change, where things are no longer the same, and you feel, and it feels like you're holding a bit of grief, you're holding a bit of grief about that past, how things were in the past, how things were so magnificent in that past, how things were so wonderful in that particular time. And it almost feels like you were wishing, it almost feels like there is this wish that you could just freeze. Like, if I could just freeze that time, I would freeze it, and I would just stay there in that moment. But what your spirit guides are telling you, that the movie is not yet over, the movie of your life isn't yet over. Yes, you were driven out of this place, yes, you had to leave that space, yes, you had to, yes, I'm definitely feeling cancel culture. So I don't know, maybe if it resonates, if you were like this public, maybe YouTuber, this creator, and you were chased out of this platform, to let me know. Do let me know. Let us connect. Because why not? Everyone deserves a second chance. And I'm almost feeling like Spirit is telling you to let go of the grief. Let go of the grief and learn. Let go of the grief and learn what was the lesson there. What was the lesson there for you? I'm definitely feeling like, it's almost like I'm telling you, like I'm getting major influencer vibe from this particular pile, that you were at the peak of your life, at a certain peak of your life. That was not the peak of your life, it was just a peak of your life. Okay, because the six of wands is not the 10 of pentacles, the 6 of wands is not the king of wands. Okay, it's just a success. It's like reaching a small milestone. It's like that first taste of recognition, something when people actually acknowledge what you're doing, and people recognize what you're doing, and people are loving you for what you're doing, is that first bit of recognition which makes you so happy. So like, it's like when you get the first taste of success, when you get the first taste of fame, which you might not be expecting because you didn't have that in the past, and then suddenly you won this pageant, and now people recognize you, and it feels so good. But then, because time moves, because time changes, because time ends, you are no longer that person, you are no longer that person on the top, which is only normal. Whoever goes up comes down. That's the natural progression of life, that's the natural progression of time. And what your spirit guides are telling you is that it was just one it was just one peak of your life. That was not the only peak of your life, okay? But I almost feel like you are not letting go of this past, that incident, that fame which you had to let go of, that popularity which you had to let go of. It is still there. The grief, you're still grieving for that, you're still grieving for what was, and you're not looking forward to what can be. Because what I'm definitely feeling is that there's a lot of things which can be, there's a lot of things which are yet to come. You have not finished your life yet, okay? Like there's a lot of other things which you are meant to do, which you will do once you learn, once you let go of that grief and you accept it and you see that and you celebrate that. Like, yeah, you had this brief taste of success and that is what that felt like, right? So your spirit guides are telling you to look back on that, not with grief but with the joy. Because there are so many people who struggle, there are so many people who try to achieve, to try to reach where you had reached, okay? And it's almost like you have reached this particular plateau, so it's no longer like you're no longer on top, and it feels bad, it feels devastating that you're no longer on the top and there are other people above you. But your spirit guides are telling you that people can't even achieve that particular success, but that was not the only success. Whatever block you're experiencing at this particular time, whatever you had to experience, was for your own growth. Yeah, it might sting, it hurts, it hurts, because why not? Why can't I be on top, right? Why can't I be the best every time? But what your spirit guides are telling you is that this change had to happen in your life. This change had to happen in your life for you to grow, for you to transform, for you to grow spiritually, for you to grow as a person, for you to grow as a soul, so that you can step more into your power. Because what you did back then, it was just a glimpse of the true potential which you hold, okay? I'm going to pull a few more cards for you because I feel like you spirit guys have, like, that's why, like, when I was picking your pile, like when I was choosing the cards for your pile, the cards were like super jumpy, and that didn't happen with the first two piles. And I was saying this during the pile selection, that your spirit guys have a lot to say. Your spirit guys are very chatty and they have a lot to say. So you also have the Knight of Wands, you have the World, you have the Hermit, and you have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so let's check what happens when you let go of this grief. Okay, when you look forward to the future and not into the past. Is the King of Wands. Oh my god, did you see that? Oh, okay, I just got the chills. Because remember, I was telling you, like, it was the Six of Wands, it was not the King of Wands. But when you let go of this grief, yeah, this grief is, this sucks. Like, yeah, I'm no longer on top and it hurts, but but it was for a reason. It was for a reason. Because if this change had not come into your life, this future wouldn't have materialized. This future, the potential for this future only happens when you go through this change, when you go through this growth phase. And yeah, this is a bit of a tough phase of your life. This has a bit of struggle, but your spirit guides are telling you to not to be caught up in the past, but to look to the future. Because in the future you are going to become the King of Wands, but that only happens when you embrace what is happening to you at this particular time, the changes which are taking place, the assimilation which is happening within you, okay? The things which you are experiencing at this particular time, the grief which you are feeling at this particular time, whatever is happening to you at this particular time, spirit is telling you to pay deep attention to that. Pay deep attention to what is happening to you at this particular time. It's time for you to go inwards, not outwards. It's not time for you to look back. It's time for you to find that light within. Because there is this light within you which is hiding within you. There is this light which is hiding within you with the Hermit card here. And you need to let go of the past, okay? You need to let go of the past, because the future is so much more splendid, the future is so much more marvelous. But then you can't reach the future if you hold on to the past, if you don't let go of the past. And if you don't let go, if you're constantly looking into the past, like, oh, that brief moment was that me winning that pageant, it was like such a great experience, but then I could never get to the next stage. But your spirit guides are telling you there is something which is even better for you. Like, you had imagined, what you had imagined was only a small achievement, okay, in comparison to what you are meant to achieve. What your spirit guides have planned for you, that is so much more marvelous than what you have planned, what you had envisioned for yourself. And that is why that didn't work, because you are meant to walk this path. You are meant to walk this path and grow spiritually and grow as a person and learn the lessons, because you have a unique light to share, and your unique light only comes out when you go through this, right? It's like the butterfly. The butterfly cannot become the butterfly unless it traps itself in that cocoon. It puts itself in that cocoon, and then it goes through this process of transformation, right? It goes through this process of transformation, and in the end, like when they're ready, they break out of that cocoon. They break out of the cocoon and they come out of the cocoon, and then they have become the butterfly. They have changed, they have metamorphosed. They have metamorphosed. Sorry, my English is not my first language. But like, they have changed. They have changed from a caterpillar to a butterfly. And I almost feel like you have a very similar life story which is ahead for you. Okay, so I'm definitely feeling like butterfly is a very significant insect for you. It's a significant spirit animal for you. So your spirit guides are telling you to watch out for butterflies. Every time you see butterflies around you, it's a sign from your spirit guides. Maybe pay attention to your thoughts. What are you thinking at that particular time? How can they be changed? How can they be transformed? Because there is this transformation which is seeking, which is urging to happen in your life. Something changed in your life, but you have not let go of that past. But now is the time for you to let go of the past. It's like you have let go of the past, but then you are still not, you have not still accepted your present. But only when you accept the present will you be able to go within you and go into that cocoon within you, where you can transform from what you were into this magnificent butterfly. Okay, that is such a beautiful energy. Wow, it's painful. I'm not saying it's not painful. It's not something which you should grieve or something which you can grieve. Your spirit guides are telling you, go ahead, grieve. But they're all at the same time. I feel like they're telling you, like, you have grieved enough. It's time for you to let go of that. It's time for you to step within yourself and ask yourself, what is it that you want? What is the light that you want to share with the world? Because that thing which happened in your past, that brief fame, that brief moment of fame, that recognition which you received, that was not all. That was not all. You have you have a more unique light to share with the world. That was not your light in entirety. That was only a part of your light, and maybe some of it were thoughts which were put in by others. Okay, and that is why they sorry, I just hit the camera. And that is why that had to go, in order for you to change, to step into your own true light, to step into your own true power, and so that you can take hold of your own light, and let the whole world see your light, and you will emerge. Okay, the fame which you had before, the success which you had before, is nothing compared to the success which you have ahead of you. Okay, and I'm also getting that phoenix might be one of your spiritual animals. Okay, like they're one of your spiritual spirit animals. Like they're not in the realm of the physical, but that they are in the realm of the spiritual, and they are about constant transformation. The phoenix grows, right? The phoenix starts out as a baby, and then it grows, and then it becomes old, and then it burns itself up. But from the ashes, from its own ashes, it rises above. It rises again. It rises again from its ashes, and it grows, and only grows and transforms. And every time, I'm getting like, every time you change, every time you go down and you are reborn from your ashes, you grow as a person, you grow as a soul, you grow as a spiritual being, and more light of you are more in alignment with your own true light. And that is why, maybe that is why you had to go through so many changes in your life. I'm definitely feeling that is why you had to go through so many feelings changes in your life. And I feel like Scorpio might also be one of your significant signs, because this story, this phoenix in particular, reminds me of the Scorpio life story. Okay, so like, you also had rest, passion, and space, right? So the space and the rest talks about that hermit energy, that you going within yourself to find that light within you, and then taking hold of that light, and that also aligns with the passion card here, taking hold of your light. And because when you take hold of your light, you realize that if you were not just any songbird, you were the phoenix, you are the phoenix. And then when you step into your power, magic happens in your life. Okay. Oh, you also have the card of power. I noticed that before, but then I didn't. And you have the card of forgiveness. Interesting. So I feel like, you also need to forgive. You also need to forgive the people who wronged you in the past. You need to let go. You need to let go of that feeling of being wounded, of being backstabbed, because that is not serving you, and that is just holding you back. And I'm also getting the message that forgiveness is not for others, forgiveness is for you, which is true. Because I almost heard, like, maybe you say, having that thought, oh, but why would I forgive someone who has wronged me? And then your spirit guides are saying that forgiveness is not for others, it's for you, it's for your growth, it's for your growth, it's for yourself, it's for you to unburden that weight, it's for you to letting go of that weight, because that's what you need to do. You need to let go of the weight right now, the grudge, the hurt which you might be carrying in your heart, that is actually weighing you down. And you cannot fly if you are being weighed down by unnecessary things. And while it might feel justified at this particular time to hold those things, but they are also stopping you from growing. So work on releasing those things. Okay, work on releasing that pain, work on releasing that grief, because that's not serving you. Okay, you also have charity, prayer, and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask, and you shall receive. Again, with this card, I mean, I know it says charity, but I'm definitely feeling that you need to forgive. This talks about that need to forgiveness, that talks about your need to forgive people. Okay, let go. Let go of that pain, let go of the others' wrongdoings. It's okay, they didn't know better, or even if they knew better, you are better than them. And you holding on to the grudge, you holding on to the anger does not serve your purpose. Okay, you also have Mary Magdalene. Oh my god. Teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow your inner call. Don't let anyone stop you. What was I telling you? You have a bigger purpose, which is why you experience that block, which is why things had to happen the way they happened, which is why you had to be stopped there, because that trajectory was not meant for you. You are meant for something greater, you are meant for something bigger. And you also have Kuan Yin and another card. Wow. Okay, so you also have Kuan Yin and care. It says care and compassion. Choose to be love, do what is right for everyone involved, offer a helping hand. Wow. And you know what? This is just reminding me of the Phoenix, because yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if that is technically correct, but then in Harry Potter, in Chamber of Secrets, the Phoenix's tear has healing abilities, right? And I'm definitely getting that message that maybe your tears actually have healing abilities, because from what you had to go through, you can actually feel a lot of compassion for the world. And not everyone can do that, not everyone can feel that compassion just because they had to go through that thing. Some people just lose the patience for people who refuse to grow. But for you, I'm definitely feeling like, because of what you had to go through, you actually have a lot of compassion for the people who are maybe stuck where you were, or maybe just stuck in their life, and who might be grieving. You have a lot of compassion for them because of what you had to go through. You understand them, you feel them, and you also have a very compassionate soul. Okay, step into your power. And you also have Radha, Soul Flame, rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship, harmony, and healing. So I feel like, yeah, this Radha card, like, this was hidden under the Quan in card. So this is a deeper message which was meant for you. And Radha, if you don't know her, she was actually the soulmate of Krishna. And she's actually a avatar of Shiva, the destroyer, and she chose to be incarnated as Radha, as Krishna's wife, because in other stories, in other incarnations, it's always Krishna who had to play the role of the feminine. So from what I heard, so they just had a discussion, and Krishna said, like, Vishnu said, why is it that I'm always the one who is taking this feminine birth? Why do I always have to be the woman in the relationship? And so Shiva said, like, I don't mind, I can be the divine feminine. Now, I don't know if I'm telling the story correctly, but that's what I faintly remember. That's just something which I faintly recalled, remembered from having heard it some time back. Okay, but then what I meant to say is that she is the divine counterpart. She is the divine feminine to the masculine, and she is the life force. She is the force of creation. She is the feminine, so she is the force of creation in this world. So I feel like, you getting so many powerful female deities, so many powerful female deities, it definitely speaks about you stepping into your power, because maybe somewhere you doubt your own power, you doubt your own abilities. You see there is this dissonance which is happening. Okay, there is this gap which is happening, and I swear, okay, I'm telling you, it's not like this deck is all women. You see, there are also male saints and male gods and deities. Is that correct? Can I call them deities if they are male? I guess I can, like, right? Who's stopping me? But yeah, I've made my point. There are also male characters in this particular deck. But the fact that all females came out for you, I feel like it's telling you to step more into your feminine, feel more, open your heart more, open your heart to new experiences, open your heart to love and be loved. Just because you couldn't get something doesn't mean that you are lacking in some part, or that it was something which you did wrong, or that happened because whatever, 10,000 other reasons, maybe whatever your rationals may be. What your spirit guides are trying to tell you is that that was meant to happen, and that happened for a reason, that happened for your growth. And right now you're being urged to step into your power, step into your feminine, embrace yourself for who you are, express your creativity, express your artistic nature, let connect with your heart, connect with your emotions, connect with your divine feminine counterpart. Because the soul, like, our body has gender, but the soul does not have any gender. Okay, the soul is genderless. There is both the male and the female present in the soul. Your spirit guides are telling you to step into your divine counterpart, step into your divine feminine self, which is more about nurturing, which is more about love, which is softer. It's not about fighting everything. Because when you fall into love, you will see that things in your life are actually changing, that you don't have to fight constantly to be seen, to be heard, because that is not you. But the message which I'm getting is that that desire to fight, that desire to shout, that desire to make yourself be heard, that is not you. You are meant to find the softer aspects of yourself, because quietness and softness also has their own strength. And I remember, okay, I know your reading is going too long, and I honestly intended to keep all the readings like below 20 minutes, but then if messages are coming, they're coming. And your spirit guides have a lot to say. So, as I was saying, once I was giving this interview, and we had like a group of, it was like a panel interview, so like there were a lot of people who were being interviewed at the same time, and they were asking questions, and people were arguing with each other, and everyone was like trying to make themselves be heard, and make themselves, so everyone was shouting at the top of their voice, or really loudly. Like, obviously you cannot yell when you are in an interview, but then everyone was like very loud. And then there was this one guy who was like very quiet, and he would speak very quietly. Okay, it's like when others are yelling, he's not losing his composure, he is maintaining his composure, and he's speaking very softly. But that softness also had power, because everyone would actually stop, all the interviewers would actually stop and pay all their attention on him, because he would observe and he would make very intelligent observations, and he would give very intelligent opinions. And so that told me, in that particular incident in my life, told me that you do not always have to yell, you do not always have to shout, and you do not always have to fight to make yourself be heard. Okay, sometimes you just have to fall into the softness, into who you really are. And because when you do that, you embrace your own power, and you realize that, okay, I don't have to be shout, I don't have to shout, I don't have to fight, I don't have to fight for my rights in order for them to be heard. Like, I don't have to march with weapons in my hand. I can just fall into the softness of life, and things just materialize in my life. I hope that's making sense. Okay, because you have a very deeper strength, you have a deeper strength, you have a softer strength, and I feel like you are right now, you are in this process of discovering this strength. And when you do, when you find this strength, you're going to be amazed. Okay, so that, my dear pile 3, was your reading. Let go of the grief, because as I said, you have your own unique light, and you deserve to be seen for your own unique light. You don't have to frame yourself, you don't have to make yourself fit into certain roles or fit into certain boxes in order to be seen. When you step into your power, you will be seen, because that will be your true power, that will be your true light. And when you have embraced your true light, you shine without even trying. People will be attracted to you without you even trying. It's like how the moths are attracted to the light, how the insects are attracted to light. Okay, so you will find that success, you'll find that fame, you will step into your king of wands when you embrace your power. So let go of the past, look to the future, concentrate on the present. How can I make my present better? Ask yourself every day. Ask that, my dear pile 3, was your reading. Step into your light. Your light is unique, and you deserve to see your light. Thank you for watching, and if this resonated, to give this video a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.